What's going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Better Baseball MLB DFS Playbook Podcast. Here we are recording for Friday's main slate here, James. Friday ending the week with a monster slate after some short matchups here. 14 games ending the week for us, man. How we doing?
Yeah, 14 games. Happy Friday, indeed. Happy freaking Friday, indeed. It's an interesting slate. Atlanta back home, good hitting environment. It's a Coors Field slate, 14 games. Nothing better than Coors in a 14-game slate. So, the Reds are in town, so they're going to be extremely popular all weekend. Ready to get into things.
Yeah, let's just get into it. Like you said, 14 games here. Any notable spreads or totals you think we're worth targeting in on here?
Let's look at what Coors is. Coors is, I see it.
It's Oakland, so I mean, it's
It's
one of those situations where it's
Oakland.
like,
Yeah, I said
we have two bad teams in Coors Field, right? It's a terrible situation for
I
us.
said Cincinnati. I was looking at the wrong game. Yeah, Oakland. It's 11. It's 11 over under there. Um, Definitely okay fading that situation. 9.5 in Minnesota. Kansas City. 10 implied in Milwaukee, Atlanta. That is an interesting starting pitching matchup. But that's really it. 10 implied runs in Cleveland White Sox as well. So, and you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, people could be traded by the time this slate comes around too,
I
right?
mean,
So,
right as we're recording, right, you're seeing Bob Nightingale reporting that Nolan Arenado willing to waive his no trade clause to go to the Dodgers. No, obviously, deal in place quite yet, but we know that the Cardinals are a team looking to sell at the deadline here. Things obviously haven't worked out with the Goldschmidt Arenado combination there, and Arenado could be a guy quickly on his way into a new home here. So, at least as of now, it is always hug watch, right, James? As we get around this time of season, the MLB trade deadline is on. I think this upcoming Tuesday, right, the 31st. So, any point in time, guys, we talk about could be dealt. So, stay tuned for obviously that as you're building your lineups. Let's get into it. We'll go to the pitching position here again. A lot of guys up over $9,000. Feels like almost like half the pitching slate is over $9K on a 14-gamer. We have four guys over 10: Garrett Cole, Kevin Gausman, Shane McClanahan, and Logan Webb. Cole on the road against Baltimore, Gausman at home against the Angels, McClanahan on the road against Houston, and Webb at home against the Red Sox. If you're looking at the top four price pitchers here, which ones are you looking to maybe throw into your lineups here tonight?
it's probably Cole and Gossman. Cole's been really, really good in his last two starts, 21 strikeouts to 2 walks. And I understand it was Kansas City and Colorado, but one of those starts was in Coors Field, and he just seemingly found the groove again. 4 straight quality starts overall. I know there's only been one win in that, but we could see the return of Aaron Judge here for the Yankees as well to kind of bolster that offense. So love Garrett Cole. Definitely okay getting to Kevin Gausman because strikeouts are king. And, he's been a little hittable of late. I mean, 4 home runs against Seattle is not great, but we know, we know. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double-digit strikeout outings for
Michael
Gausman.
Lorenzen had 7 Ks against the Angels today.
Right.
So, I mean, if he's capable of doing that, a guy who averages like 4 strikeouts a game going for 7, Gausman could see double figures here.
Right. So, yeah, I think Cole and Gausman for me, probably not getting to McClanahan. You can if you want, but he wasn't great. His last start out. Houston full capacity now. Like, you can obviously, he's 11-1 and probably the leader in the clubhouse for the Cy Young, so you can get there. And if Webb, good at pitching environment, but probably not against Boston.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Guys down in the 9K range, again, a handful of pitchers here, some notable names, some new names, maybe in the groove here. You have Zach Wheeler on the road against Pittsburgh, going up against Mitch Keller, who's at the same price, $9,600. Joe Musgrove at home against a dangerous Texas lineup. Max Scherzer at home against the Nationals at 94. Sonny Gray on the road against Kansas City. Curry here for Cleveland at 9K going up against
For
the
no
White
reason.
Sox. Yeah, I know, no reason. Logan Gilbert at 9K going up against Arizona. So some tough pitchers here, or some tough pitching matchups here for some. I immediately went to Sonny Gray, but I don't feel great about Sonny Gray at $9,300. But he has a pretty intriguing matchup for himself here.
Yeah, I wish he was pitching better.
Well, that's how I feel. Yeah, I mean, he should be. He's pitching like $7,300, not $9,300.
I like kind of dislike this entire tier. I get the Sonny Gray matchup, and I'm okay getting there. I'm sure we're gonna see rostership pretty high for this slate for Sonny Gray. I'm okay getting there. I think of the tier, I would probably look at Wheeler. And I know we've been targeting Pittsburgh a couple times this week, and it hasn't worked out. But Wheeler coming off one of his better starts lately, been striking a boatload of guys out, 6+ in 5 straight starts.
Hey, Carlos Santana can't hurt us anymore,
No more Carlos Santana. Yeah, Carlos Santana is not walking through that door anymore. So I like Wheeler of that tier personally.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, you mentioned Curry. Obviously, makes no sense that he's 9K when the guy's thrown an inning or two, basically, anytime he's been out there. I know maybe they'll give him an opportunity to stretch himself out a little bit here, but not really a great spot for him. Would you go Scherzer against Washington here? Kodai Senga's having a pretty good night going up against the Nats tonight.
Yeah, Scherzer's always a GPP play. He's been 20+ fantasy points in 4 of his last 6. So yeah, he's been fine.
Yeah, again, that's kind of how I'm looking at it as well. It's an interesting matchup for him. And again, who knows what's going to be there in Washington? We see the John Candelario rumors, right? If he takes a piece out of that lineup, could be a little bit easier for him to go. Guys below that 9K range, you have Jordan Montgomery at home against the Cubs. Any interest here? Montgomery obviously hammered in that last matchup against Chicago, but has been really good, really outside of that lone start in the Windy City. Gets them back home here. Would you willing to run it back? Or, I mean, so far this year, this matchup against the Cubs has not been a favorable one for him. 11 innings, 11 earned runs, 13 hits allowed in those 2 starts.
Yeah, I'm passing. The Cubs offense is too good right now anyway. They're scoring boatload of runs every night. And like Thursday night, I'm expecting this game to be warm weather. It was 100 degrees in St. Louis on Thursday, and the ball's flying everywhere because of it. So I'm going to fade Montgomery at this price.
Okay. Anybody in this mid-tier range then for you? Does Miller against Cincy entice you at all?
He's been better of late. So like if you wanted to get there, I mean, the offense is scoring a lot of runs for him. I mean, for the last 5 games, 6 runs or more for the offense behind him. So win equity there. Probably a fade for me. I guess you could get to Mackenzie Gore. The Mets continue to struggle seemingly every night. I know he sucked against the Cubs, but he was really good against the Giants. The Mets rank in the bottom half of the league against lefties. I don't really know where to go after that, though.
I agree with you. I mean, listen, we talk about Minnesota's strikeout upside. They hit a lot of home runs. What version of Brady Singer shows up today? 9 Ks against the Yankees his last start, 6 innings, 2 earned there. Got lit up by Tampa Bay and Cleveland, but before that, 7 innings, 1 earned against the Dodgers. Shut out Cleveland over 6 innings. So, you want to close your eyes and throw a dart at the board. You could find yourself looking maybe Brady Singer's way here.
Yeah, possibly. He does have a 27 ERA in the one matchup he had against Minnesota, but again, that was in April. So take that for what it's worth.
He's not been very good this year, and he definitely wasn't any good to begin the year.
No, he was even worse. Yeah, he was even worse.
If there's any sliver of hope, maybe the home road splits. He does have about a 2.5 ERA lower at home than on the road. It's not much better. It's still 4.8, but last 10 starts for him, 3.94 ERA, almost 14 fantasy points. So
yeah, sure.
If you're looking for anything, that's kind of where I'm just kind of seeing maybe there's something there or not.
Yeah, because there's seemingly nothing else. Like, I don't know.
Well, no, listen, you're not wrong here. Would you look at Sears against Colorado? No Chris Bryant, strikeouts. He gives up a lot of home runs.
I don't
I
know. The
mean,
home runs in cores, I
I
know they
know.
suck, but like 24 home runs in 20 outings this year. Oh, I don't know. There's no win equity. He's 1-7, and his win came it's June. I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know if we need to. I don't know if we need to.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. All right, let's take a look at the infield position then. Let's talk about our favorite infielders. We've obviously discussed that. There's a lot of favorable matchups to target offensively here today. So, where are you finding yourself initially going here at the top?
I mean, Matt Olson off the rip gets Adrian Hauser. We get the lefties or the righties against Brandon Williamson. I know Mookie Betts has slowed down a little bit, but slowed down in terms of like multi-hit big games. He still has a 6-game hitting streak going overall. So Betts, Olson for me. You can really just throw all of Atlanta's infield in that equation
Right.
if you wanted to,
Yeah.
because they're all incredibly highly priced. If you aren't playing Mackenzie Gore, like obviously Pete Alonso at 49 makes some sense, but you know the Mets just keep making like hard outs and no luck on their side.
Yeah,
Uh,
your Twitter, your tweets, your X's. What do we call these now that it's no longer Twitter? It's X.
As
I
long
get
as you don't, as long as you don't start turning the videos into X videos, I saw that was
true.
trending, and then you click it, and you're like, "Oh no, why did I
Yes,
click that?"
no, don't do that.
Yeah, don't click that. So,
Don't do that.
um, I don't know. I guess I'm just still calling them tweets
Sure,
because
tweets. When you tweeted the other day, you had all the hard hit outs by the Mets from your DFS lineup the other
it
night.
was
So
incredibly frustrating. I mean, Ozzy Albies keeps hitting. You know, I'll say Christopher Morel having another big day
yeah,
on Thursday has been really, really good of late. A lot of runs batted in, 3 straight double-digit fantasy point games. I really like that. Oakland getting the price bump here, 4,600. Let's see what Oakland is on this slate. 40. Oh, never mind. Just Geloff is 4,600. I guess
yeah.
if playing Oakland, Geloff at 46 is fine too.
Okay. For value guys here, because I agree with you with a lot of the top end names that you've thrown out there and mentioned. I mean, we have some matchups that we can obviously look to take advantage of down below. If you're not in on Singer, hey, Minnesota, our friends, they're all right down there again against Brady Singer. Edouard Julian, $3,300. Could find his way there if Kirilloff is back in the lineup after missing a couple days. $2,700 up against Brady Singer. I know our friend Mark's gonna be watching this in chat, be like, "Here we go again, Minnesota Twins in the lineup tonight." But kind of feeling it. If you're not playing Singer, you might as well go against them.
Yeah, I mean he's been bad, so I'm perfectly fine on both sides of that argument. Like use him or don't use him. I like both. I could still see myself playing Wilmer Flores, 3,500, hit another home run the other day, and then Thursday, 1 for 4 with a double. Elihuris Montero got recalled the other day, John, in his first game back. He hit a 2-run home run.
Yeah,
He's $3,500 getting JP Sears. Like he gets the split advantage. He's first base eligible, which kind of sucks. Like I wish it was first and third because he used to play third for them.
yeah.
Um, so I'm okay getting there.
You
Just
also have
considering.
Luciano who got called up
Yep.
for the Giants. He's $2,500. Went 0 for 2 in his debut. His first at bat though, he put a ball to the wall, so was really close to knocking one out there. Gets Cutter Crawford, who again I like Cutter Crawford. He has just been very inconsistent to this point this season. So if you're looking for just a straight punt at the shortstop spot, Luciano there at $2,500 could be that guy.
Yeah, I like that because for anyone who's not aware, he was a top 15 prospect in all of baseball before the call up. So, and the Giants need a desperate punch in their lineup because it's been the Wilmer Flores show and no one else showing.
Yep. And I'm not afraid to use Abrams against Scherzer here either, $3,900.
No, I mean, I think that our opinion is not going to change. It's like if he's going to be under 4K or under 4,500, it's probably just like plug and play season as long as he keeps hitting and stealing bases.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. Chris Taylor as well. I'm not sure if you mentioned him, but he gets a lefty matchup in Williamson. $3,200 for him there. Could find his way into some cheaper lineups as well. Anybody else for you in the infield here?
The only thing with Chris Taylor is we don't know when Ahmed Rosario is going to make his debut. I wonder if that's going to push Taylor to the bench. I know he's been really good against lefties, so I'm not disputing that. I'm just curious if we're going to see Rosario on instead of Taylor moving forward.
Sure, that does definitely make sense. You're looking at the splits. Someone had tweeted out Rosario against lefties is actually like a super good split for him.
Yep.
So good point. We'll see if Rosario's in there. Is Rosario on the board here somewhere?
Yeah, he is. He is $3,900.
Okay, that's not bad. Is he shortstop eligible there? All right, something to pay attention to then there as well. Anybody else?
No, I'm ready to talk Ohtani.
Okay. Yeah. Ohtani had just
most historic day of all time.
A complete game shutout, one hitter.
Yep.
In the first half of a doubleheader, and then in the second half of the doubleheader, he homered twice. So
and then left the game with an injury.
Yeah, with a cramp. Yeah. But they've already said he'll be good to go here. Listen, I'm not going to play him against Gausman, but
I would play him against literally
anybody.
If somebody was throwing from 5 feet away, if the mound was 5 feet away, I'd play Shohei Ohtani.
You just give him a chance. I feel like we have to just go Acuna though in this spot.
Yeah, sure.
Hauser, at $6,600, or Betts, who has, I think the last time I touted Betts versus a lefty, his ISO against them was like 420.
Yeah.
Something absurd. So Betts against Williamson at $6,300 there. You could have a returning Aaron Judge.
Yep.
I don't know how quickly you'd be willing to put Judge back into your lineup. But there's an opportunity for him to come back there. Corbin Carroll's like 6K against Logan Gilbert. Soto at 57 against Dane Dunning, maybe. I mean, where else are you paying? Targeting in this 5K and above range?
Yelich.
Yeah.
Yanni Chirinos now pitching for the Braves is an interesting spot because he doesn't miss any bats. So, Yelich has been one of the hottest hitters in baseball, 390 average, seemingly only getting better every time we look at it. J-Rod's season seems to be coming around here, John, with the power, especially 3 home runs in his last 2 games, 4 home runs in his last 5 games, with hits in 5 straight, multi-hit games in 2 straight. The season of the J-Rod seems to be, turning around. I would target Tommy Henry here. Bellinger, if he's still a Cub, continues to rake every single night. He's been just as good against lefties as he has been against righties. So all a bunch of guys that I would probably be taking a look at here at over 5K.
Are you in on Angels in general or just Ohtani? Like Moniak's here at 49?
Literally just Ohtani on the spot because I like Gausman quite a bit. But we're just seeing Ohtani has 40 home runs and leads the league in RBIs. Like he's just better than everyone else. So
we haven't talked any Blue Jays yet. Giolito making his Angels debut. I kind of joked in a group chat with you and Matt Sells, how I was like, oh, great get. I was like, anytime you can get a pitcher with a 4.5 FIP, you got to do it. Some of the numbers for Giolito, obviously surface level, look okay. But he's in Toronto here. Nobody's going to play the Blue Jays again, just like they didn't play the Blue Jays the other day. Sadly, Springer wasn't in the lineup that day, but I played Vladdy, played Bichette, and those guys kind of came through. Springer has been very bad. Would you tempt the Blue Jays here tonight going up against Giolito?
Maybe. I don't think it's like I like Giolito, I think, a little more than you. So I probably wouldn't. And last year, it's funny how numbers work sometimes. Last year, his surface level number stunk, and all the peripheral numbers were super good. He just ran into bad luck, and now he's getting good luck. The good luck is on his side this year. It's baseball is a funny sport.
It is. I would agree with you. Mid-tier range. Michael Harris still $4,300. I think that's for him in the spot there. I'm a big fan of that. You mentioned the other day, you called it out, so kudos to you. Nolan Jones hits lefties. Yep. Now he's in Coors and he gets Sears, who gives up a lot of home runs. Now, I don't have the Sears lefty splits in front of me here, but I just know that this is a guy that we've both used in some matchups and have targeted in others because of his propensity for the home run ball. And now he's in Coors Field. So with Nolan Jones, make a line. I'm sure you're in on like Ritchik and all them here tonight. So
yeah, I could definitely get behind some Coors. I'm pulling up the Sears split. So lefties have actually crushed JP Sears. 870 OPS, 369 WOBA against. Nolan Jones, 3 home runs, 280 average, 344 WOBA, just 50 at bats. So, yeah, I could definitely get behind some Nolan Jones. Randall Grichuk hitting 360 with a 430 WOBA against left-handed pitching this year.
mm-hmm.
I don't know what he's priced at, but
he's 41.
41. I would play Grichuk and Nolan Jones. No one's gonna play the Rockies. Right. We've seen this song and dance. Even in Coors, no one plays the Rockies, and it's a 14-game slate. No one's
the Rockies have like a Coors bump to their own right, but like not really. Jones being 43, Grichuk being 41. They've been under 4K, but like not really enough to scare me off of off using any of them here for sure. Profar to that same right, $3,900 here going up against Sears. So all of those guys are going to be in play. Let's see, guys under 4K. What other names stick out to you here? Rooker against Freeland, making his return.
Leday's probably not going to play. You could play Sam Frelick,
sure.
3,400. He gets the matchup against Chirinos. Yep. Slater is not facing a lefty, so he's not in play. You could probably play Will Benson, who continues to hit everybody, whether it's for power or speed or a combination of both. He does everything.
Teoscar against Tommy Henry, 33.
Teoscar. Seattle's a little interesting. We didn't mention Eugenio in the infield, but
super cheap too.
It's a lefty.
Under 3K at third base.
Yeah, he is 32. They bumped him a little bit because he's been a little better lately. Okay. So Teoscar is a good shout there. I mean, right above, Ian Happ has been really good of late too. He's scoring a whole bunch of runs. 12 runs in his last 10 games. I know he scored another one on Thursday as well. Would you play Ramon Laureano 3,200, John?
I mean, he
came back from the IL.
He's been dreadful, but possibly.
What else? Seiya gets a lefty.
Yeah, Seiya gets a lefty. What split's right for Happ? Is it the lefty or the righty split for him? We've been playing them lately anyways, but
all the splits for the Cubs lately. It's been every split. He is hitting.
Yeah.
He has a 332 WOBA against lefties. He's only hit 1 home run against lefties.
Okay. The Twins outfielders. Kepler's 28 and Wallner is what did I see Wallner at? Wallner is 21. So
he double donged the other day.
Yeah. So like again, if you're not in on Singer today, Julian, Kirilloff, Kepler, Wallner, all of these lefty power bats against Brady Singer could probably going to find their way into a lineup or two for me here. If we're going into like, the 3 max range, like you and I tend to venture ourselves into here. They're just too cheap, right? There's too much home run upside at under $3,000 to like not want them in your lineup to help you spend up to get the Braves or spend up at pitching.
Agreed.
Right? So on the year, lefties 468 slug, 357 WOBA against Brady Singer this year. So
pretty bad.
Pretty bad. So so that's kind of where I'm looking. I'm looking at these Twins outfielders, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they're free. Like, I'm not going to turn down free. That's like telling me Chipotle's free. I'm not going to turn down free Chipotle.
You should.
That's what I No, you're absolutely out of your mind.
Anyways,
Let's build.
Let's build. Can we start with like Kepler then? I guess just throw him in the lineup. Outfield.
For Kepler over Wallner.
Can we play them both?
Yeah, let's
build backwards here. Kepler, Wallner, Acuna. Does that work?
Yeah. We can probably start with Wheeler. Want to start Wheeler, or do you want to go up to Garrett Cole or Gossman?
Wheeler's fine. Wheeler and who? Miller? Or would you just
like Miller more than me? But we could do Miller.
Who would you go?
I don't really like anybody.
Okay.
I would probably play if I was picking anyone.
We can do Wheeler or Cole. Wheeler or Cole with Kepler, Wallner, Acuna is 3,500 a position.
Well, we're full stack. That means we're just committing to the full stack, right? Julian there.
Well, let's see.
Well, we also have
catcher. We have a cheap catcher play that we can use. I'm sure of it.
And Luciano at shortstop?
Yeah, Luciano at shortstop. That's fine. Luciano.
Jan Gomes is 32 against Montgomery. We have Bo Naylor against Tuki Toussaint.
Do you like Bo or Jan?
I like them both. Like it's a good problem to have. Or John, Tom Murphy against old buddy Tommy Henry. Tom versus Tom matchup.
I'll take it. $2,400 bucks. All right, you got to tell me. Do you want Riley or Olsen?
Oof.
Hauser better versus lefties or righties?
Hauser, Adrian. Yo, Adrian. He is way worse. So better average for righties, way worse everything else to lefties. 830 OPS, 361 WOBA to lefties. So Olsen for me.
Okay, so that gives us a $3,100 third baseman, which is big sad. It's $100 off of Suarez here.
Well, we could go to Gossman from Garrett Cole.
Okay, I'm fine. Yeah, that works. Gossman, Cole, and then 3,300 to Suarez. And that gives us a little Murphy Suarez stack. You know,
they'll probably Suarez will probably hit like 4th, 5th, and you'll probably get Murphy hitting
7th,
5th, 6th.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, no, they've been hitting them kind of
up there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's look at a lineup then. We're double spending at pitcher, and we still got Braves, Acuna, Olsen in the lineup. We got some Minnesota Twins because why not in this spot against Brady Singer, Murphy and Eugenio and Luciano as a punt, man. So I like this lineup a lot. You and I will be back live at 5 o'clock Eastern PM time here on the Better Sports Network and Fantasy Alarm social channels to break down the slate, take you into the weekend, update you with any lineup news. Maybe some trades have gone down since this last recording here. So get us in the Discord, get us on Twitter, follow along here. James and I will be back at 5 o'clock Eastern. We'll talk to you then.